Hello, Tangle class. We are going to do a tangle today called Tubes, T-U-B-E-Z. And I'm just using these cards that I have so many over. It is a little bit gray, so in your book it's going to look a little better, or on your cards. And we're just going to work I'm going to work a tangle over the whole thing. Instead of just doing the tiny little step-by-steps, I'm just going to show you how to create a card, and that's the way you're going to work this project. I am just going to create, I'm sorry, so much easier if I turn my paper to where I can make it work with my hands. I'm right-handed, so going to the right is easier than trying to do it upside down like I was. So feel free to turn your page around. This is step 1 of tubes. Then you're going to come in and do another tube actually, and it's going to go in any direction you want it to. Every time you draw this, it's going to look different. But you just kind of want the tubes to be about the same width or about the same thickness throughout. So just kind of make your lines parallel. And you're going to fill up the entire page with these tubes. So say I want to come down here, then I'll turn the other way. I can come down in here and then turn this way. So however you want to do your tubes, you're going to fill the entire page with all of these. Well, that went down a hill a little bit. You can even make tubes inside of tubes if you want. So if you wanted to come inside, I could just go back and just make that a loop, or you can just have it, you know, go off the page. The fun thing about this is that you can just keep going and keep going and keep going. And it just looks so fun and amazing. I'll round that out. Since I've rounded out all the others, I might as well keep it round. This is going a little bit slanted, but you know, it's a tube. It's just bent, kind of metal. Wherever you want to put them. You can just take it on out. This is how you're going to get started, and you're going to fill up the entire space. Now I've done one in my sketchbook, which I have a larger sketchbook, so I just took this card and traced around it twice so I can do 2 different tube projects. And I want you to see that in this one I just used a Sharpie, and then I used a little bit of pencil to do a gradation. So it looks like this tube is going underneath. You can see that I did just a little bit. You know, you can even do this with your the stipple technique. That's the tiny little dots, and do your shading with stipple. You can do it with lines, you know, the thicker, darker lines here, and then the thinner, farther apart lines are at the bottom if you want to do all of that. You can also, if you don't have, you know, a Sharpie, or your Sharpie's all dull or something like that, just use pencil. and it looks amazing in pencil. I did outline this whole thing with my regular fine line marker, and you can do all of these with just shading with your pencil, each one of these little parts. You can also use colored pencil in a way that you have color behind, like the black here is a color, and then I use the color next to it to make the tubes kind of look like they're a bunch of balloons reflecting light on each other and stuff. So I could put it right in here, I could put a little bit of purple, or I could put yellow. Up here I could put this violet or this kind of yellow orange into it, and the same here and here. I do have violet there. So you could do it in colored pencil, or you could do a aura where all of the spaces in between the tubes are, you know, a set of colors. Like this one is obviously red, orange, yellow. I used a yellow and a red, and I blended this out with a darker red, which it ended up being kind of a brownish red, but when this red and this yellow come together, you get this orange, obviously. So you can do something in the background, but this could be light blue, medium blue, dark blue, and black. It doesn't have to be this fire-ish color. So I can't wait to see what you do with tubes, and I want you guys to make sure that you put those out so I can see them. Thanks a lot.